There's arguably no one who's had a more up and then down start to the racing season than James Hinchcliffe. After a win in the season opener at St. Pete, he had the worst and best seat in the house last week at Barber, stuck on the course after some contact and never made it back to pit road due to a long green flag stop. And tonight, we welcome back the mayor of Hinchtown to Sunday Sports Extra, ladies and gentlemen, James Hinchcliffe.
Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well, yourself?
Okay, I'm watching the race play out last Sunday. And
You
I'm
and
thinking,
me both.
You and me both. What are you doing for like 90 minutes in the car?
Oh man, I'll tell you, it was one of the most painful stretches of time in my life, and I gotta thank my crew because we had some banter back and forth going on the radio, and it calmed me down first of all because I was pretty upset at first when we weren't allowed to tow back, and eventually it actually just got out of control. Just
right.
the comedic value was brilliant.
At one point, did you take a nap?
You know, I tried, but as I said after the race, these race cars were making all this noise. It was like really inconsiderate.
Those darn cars.
I mean, I was sitting there in a very comfortable seat. You know, it's custom molded, and they wouldn't cut that racket out.
It's horrible. Very inconsiderate.
Just
really,
just rude. Just bad manners.
You've got a race this coming Sunday at Long Beach. Considering how you guys did at St. Pete, street course, Long Beach, street course, you'd think you got some momentum. In fact, this team does have a little momentum, not just for you, but for Ryan Hunter-Ray as well.
It would be very easy to say that. Yes. Wouldn't necessarily be accurate, no. The problem is the series is just so competitive. And if you actually look at St. Pete in particular, to compare street course to street course if you want, there's no doubt the Penske cars were the quickest. Andretti Autosport did a better job on Sunday. He made less mistakes and he won the race. But you can't argue that we had the fastest car. And so we still have a lot of work to do. Those guys are doing a great job. You know, we're expecting the Ganassis and the Hondas to get, you know, pace every single weekend and get faster. And I mean, guys like Vautier just popping up out of nowhere and running really strong. And then Simona's been doing a great job. And so there's a lot of cars, I think, that are going to be very competitive when we get to Long Beach. So we need to keep our heads down, but there's definitely still work to do.
I thought it was interesting at St. Pete, Marco Andretti, your teammate, was talking a lot about the help that he had in the off-season. You guys flew overseas and got essentially, what would you describe it, a driver coach, I guess, and Rob Wilson is his name. So Marco talked a lot about it, and then we find out that Michael was like, no, it's supposed to be a secret. Nobody's supposed to know about this thing. So which is it? Is this out in the open, or is it supposed to be a secret? Well, that is no longer a secret anymore. So
I don't know. You just said it. So, and I just agreed. Well, no. The thing is, I mean, Rob himself is not a secret. Right. Rob has been used by half the drivers on the F1 grid. I'd say 90% of the European drivers that are in the junior categories right now. He himself is a very well-known entity. The fact that people over here are using him is maybe it was a secret.
Well, but it's new, and it's obviously. It's helped, has it not?
It has.
In what way?
Well, I mean, we saw at St. Pete, I think, and at Barber as well, a different Marco Andretti. I mean, he has progressed, I think, a lot over the offseason, but it's got a lot more to do with his attitude, his work ethic, and all these things. Going over there and meeting with Rob is all part of it, but he's been working very hard off track. He's been in Indy at the shop a lot more, I think, than he ever has been during an off season. So that's one element in a whole new sort of approach that Marco's taken for this season. 2
more street courses left, then the Oval. Can what he taught you guys or helped you guys with overseas, can that also translate into the ovals, namely Indianapolis as well?
I think it can, actually. Probably Indy more than anywhere else. And I can't go into details as to why, because that would maybe be a little bit too far.
Okay.
But no, I think it's going to be good. I mean, Marco's already so good at the Speedway, and obviously the team did a great job last year. But there's 30 or 20 some odd other cars, but by the time we stack up our 5 Andretti Autosport cars, that are also going to be improving over the winter and putting up a stronger fight. So we're pushing very hard. Obviously, Indy's what everybody's going for. We're already thinking Indy,
right? And
not to put Long Beach or Brazil under the bus at all, but Indy's coming and we know that.
Even commercially, GoDaddy, you're going to film a commercial in Long Beach this week, or the LA area, Hollywood, I guess I should say. So GoDaddy has been very good to you. Yes. Very good to Danica before you. I mean, the commercial with the marching band last year, everybody loved it. What's in store? Can you share anything that may be in the offing here?
Well, normally commercials are supposed to be super top secret until they debut, so I can't go into too much detail, but I think it'll be fun. There's no marching band, I can tell you that.
Oh.
Which is unfortunate. I know everybody was looking forward to another marching band scene, but my days as band leader, I guess, are
drum
over.
major or whatever.
Drum major or whatever. The guy with the hat and the stick. It's not going to happen.
That's generally how it's conceived. Yes. The guy with the hat and the stick.
I'm sorry if I just offended anybody that is a band leader. All right.
No, they go to bed early. It's okay.
Okay.
Hey, I have a Canadian pop quiz for you here.
Oh, no.
All right?
Okay.
You ready?
I did one of these online, actually.
Fun. Did you now?
And I did pretty well. I did really well, actually.
All right. Best Canadian beer. A, Molson. B, Labatt. C, Moosehead.
I would say Molson.
Okay. Actually, the correct answer is Okanagan.
Oh, okay.
Okanagan.
Right.
See, I know what I'm talking about if I go Okanagan.
Yeah, true.
All right. Best Canadian rock group.
Rush.
We have A, Triumph. B, April Wine. C, Nickelback.
Rush.
The correct answer is indeed Rush.
There we go.
Well done, well done. And the best Canadian comedian. We have three choices for you. A, John Candy. B, Mike Myers. C, Jim Carrey.
See, I was going to say Jim Carrey if you didn't say Jim Carrey.
Right,
because
okay.
he's on the list, he's clearly not the right answer, which means I'll have to go with...
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's actually Canadian, but he's got a place in Canada. Martin Short, is he Canadian?
I believe he actually is, but the correct answer is none are funny. So there you go. So, oh, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Really?
Phil Hartman was actually the guy I was kind of
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
The late, great Phil
The
Hartman.
late, great Phil Hartman.
Goals before you guys hit Indy? Here it is. I mean, like you said, we're all talking about it.
I got to brush up on my Canadian pop quiz knowledge, apparently.
But you stuck the rush.
Oh, yeah, I got that before the question was even finished.
Right, exactly.
What was the other question?
No, Indy. I mean, here we are. So it's all about Indy.
It is, and it's coming up. It's coming up very quick, and you're so excited. I mean, every time May comes around, everybody gets so amped up, and
the weather turns. I mean, everybody here in town, and you know,
it's a great time of year for people in town. The city gets so behind it. The first official event that we have to do, everybody's just so jazzed up, and all the drivers are there. Everybody's just buzzing and floating. You know, it's cool, man. I can't wait to get out there.
And usually that ends after the first practice.
Yeah. For all but about one guy.
Exactly, exactly. Technically, Greg Ballard is the mayor of Indy, but in May, it might as well be James Hinchcliffe here on Sunday Sports Sector. Great to see you, my friend.
Thanks very much, man. Appreciate it.